mamas, come and save your child. Baby earth is reeling and wailing and needs your tender embrace. Mothers of the universe, Mother Nature sighs. Ooh, come save your child. Come save your child. I said, come sisters, come and take back your child. It's great.
Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome. It's Thursday. We were off last week, but we're back today. It is Thursday. It is GBC Women with Words. I'm here today by myself. So please share the podcast. We have a very important guest who is going to be on this all-important show. So please, let's do some sharing. We'll talk a little bit, and then we're going to bring our guests on. Our guests, of course, we want to welcome all of you. Hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you all the food you ate, you're trying to get rid of them and go back to where you were. But it's good to be back. We missed you all. Let me just say me, because the other people, they're not here, but I'm here. I'm here and I'm at work. So welcome, please share, encourage people to join. We have a woman that's going to be talking to us, beautiful young Liberian woman. She's going to be talking to us from two different perspectives. I want us to invite a lot of people because our guest today is a musical artist, a Liberian musical artist, and she is also a life coach. So if you have questions, there are a lot of things going on the page that we could ask her. If you have questions now, if there are things that's going on in your life that you need answers, or you just have a general question about life, about the challenges that you're faced with, please put the question here. We want to make sure that our guest has the opportunity to respond, but we also want to be able to encourage all of you. So welcome to GBC Women with Words. Of course, I am Glendy Jean Jr. This is the most important thing I like to do. And today of all days is even most important. So this is the most important thing I like to do, and that is to call my name Glendy Jean Jr. I'm here this evening. Agatha is all busy somewhere, and Michael is not here. He got his own show now, so he on his own. Every now and then he can pop in here. And Ewa, of course, is off, but I'm here. I want to welcome all of you. I want to encourage you as you start watching. Like I said, our guest today is a life coach. We're going to be asking her plenty of questions today. Any question I think I'm going to ask my guest today. Anything I think about. So if you're watching and you have questions that you would like to ask, please make sure that you put some questions in the field, because it's just me. Help me. I got you guys. I know I got you guys that are watching. So please make sure you assist me in this process. We're asking our guests some questions. Like I said, our guest today, we're in the month of December. And suffice it to say, today is December 1st. December 1st. And if you've made it to this point, you've gone through 11 months already, and you've made it to December, you gotta be telling the man up there thank you and appreciating him for all that he's done. So we wanna give God the glory. Now, I'm not taking anything from anyone else's religion. I am a Christian. I support Jesus Christ as my Lord and personal Savior. So I want to thank the man upstairs for allowing me to see December 1st. It is a very important day, but I will keep it until the life coach comes. Then I will expose it. But there are a lot of things that have happened historical things that happened in the week. One that I really want to mention is that now the House of Representatives, or is it the Senate? One of those people, one of those groups, we now have a first Black politician who is now the leader of the minority party, Jeffers. Hakeem Jeffries. It is important. That is history in the making. And we're so excited that you can dream big. And some people will say, oh, I joined this organization for so long and I didn't have the opportunity. But if you can see now, if you are living and you're a testament, you can be a testimony to some of the things that you've accomplished in life, but also the fact that we now have a Black leader, the first Black leader of the Democratic Party in a big house. It's a Black man with his wife and 2 sons. We're so proud of him. And we want to say that we appreciate the fact that, the opportunity has been given to him. I'm sure he is so elated with his family. So we say congratulations to him. And then this week also, we've had a lot of news about soccer, football, football season, World Cup. The reason why I wanted to mention it is because we have a lot of young African children of African descent participating in the World Cup. Have a lot of them there. And so it's a proud moment for all of us to have children of African descent play in different countries, some European countries, even in America. We were so proud of the opportunity that they have. I'd like to mention Tim Weah, the president of Liberia's son. He's playing for the great United States. Also want to mention Alfonso Davis, who is also playing. Alfonso was actually born in Ghana. During the war in Liberia, was born in Ghana, and he's now a star player for Canada. There are other people, other young athletes from different countries. We have the guy from Cameroon. I'm not trying to butcher anybody's name here. So I'm gonna try my hardest not to pronounce if I don't know how to say it well. But we have the guy from Cameroon who also is of African descent and is playing European in, I think it's in Switzerland or so. But it's a joy, it's a pride and joy that we are able to be witnesses to the things that they're able to do, the opportunities that they've been given. So don't give up. You got to go after your dream. One of the things that's significant, the reason why I bring it up is Alfonso Davis said that who would have thought a refugee, a kid from refugee town, time, would be playing in the World Cup today? Who would have thought that? So don't give up on your dreams. If you have children who want to aspire to be politicians, or they want to aspire to be athletes, or they want to aspire to be a cook or musician or a makeup artist, we can use a lot of those things around, and we want you to do all you can to be supportive, because nobody knows tomorrow. All right, so let me just say hello to all of you who have joined us. I'm waiting to see my guest come back on, and then I'm going to bring her on the show. I see that she is back. She is very, let me just create the platform. This is a very important woman coming on this all important platform, and we want to welcome her. She's a young Liberian woman. We are proud of her. We're going to be talking. I get an opportunity, right, to get a counselor for free for 1 hour to counsel me. Let me welcome my guest. Hello, Naweh.
Hello.
I know. Welcome to GBC Women with Words. We are so happy that you could join us.
Thank
Um,
you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
yes, yes. You see what I tell you? The one I found one and she's slim too. So welcome to this. Just now and so I want to encourage our audience. If you have questions, like I said, Naweh is going to be telling us a little bit about who she is, what she does. She's also a musical artist. Somehow there were some technical difficulties that I could not upload the song, but I'll let Naweh tell us a little bit about who she is, the things that she's done first, and then we will play the song and talk about her music. But after the music, it's going to be a whole segment of counseling for me. I need some counseling today. It's a special day in my life. Okay. So now tell us about who you are.
Yes, so my name is Naweh. I am a singer, songwriter, artist, actress, a life coach as well. Um, as far as the music, my song "Not There Yet" is very much in talking about what you just mentioned. Maybe there's a connection but it's just I think a lot of women and sometimes men have had those feelings, and I'm very big on when you have a certain feeling that you allow yourself to feel all of those emotions. And then after you feel those emotions, you move past it. But I think that a lot of times people try to numb it instead. And so that's what that song is about. I love touching people through music. And I will continue to do it as long as God allows me to do so.
That's amazing. I don't want us to go because we have a lot of time. It's just you and I can go wherever I want to go tonight, and I have the opportunity. I want to tell people. I want to tell a little story about Naweh and I. We do have a connection that we did not know about at all. At all. So I'm sitting one day, and I want to talk about it because sometimes it's really important to get to know your family, people who you have connected with. Is like, I know, say I have an uncle, I know he's my uncle, but then I don't know his children, or his children don't know me. But it's important for us to get connected, because you never know, somebody may co-mingle somewhere down down the line, and then and then you go and you now find your little husband or your little wife, and you ain't connect anything, you ain't talking about anybody. Then you just go and say, "Can I go? Let me go introduce you to daddy." And when you get there, you're talking, and daddy say, "But who your pa?" He said, "Oh my God." But anyway, I'm just saying it's important to get to invest in knowing your family people. Some of us have families that we've never met, we don't know. We know the dad, we know the mom, but we don't know the children, and we don't make an effort to know the children. So I'm going to tell you about Naweh's story, because I've since become very proud of her and the opportunity that I've had to have stumbled upon her. And not to say that that this could not have happened a long time ago. I knew of Naweh. I know all the names, but we've never had the opportunity to physically meet. So this day, you know me, I always, please make sure you share. This is a very important woman here today. We have a young Liberian artist. She's a life coach. She's a singer. She's a writer. She's an actor. So you don't get this often, to have all of these pieces into one. This woman can fix your soul. She can sink and get you out of your troubles, and then she can coach you and tell you how to live tomorrow and how to live today. So I'm sitting this day, and I see that Salamatu had shared Naweh's song, "Not There Yet." Is that it?
Yes.
Yes. And I'm like, you know me, I live on Facebook, and I was like, whoo. So I immediately share it too, because it was something good. So I shared it, and then I was like, something trickled in it, because Salamatu introduced that in the post. She said my cousin. Now I know Salamatu's aunt. I know the connection with Salamatu. I'm like, wait a minute. If that is Salamatu's cousin, wait a minute, that has to be cousin Esther's daughter. So then I was like, I reached out to Naweh. I was like, you're Salamatu's cousin, blah, blah, blah. How is the connection? And then I said, no, then I sent message to Salamatu, but you know, she's always busy all over the place. So she didn't respond. And I said, I need to meet your cousin. I want to interview her. I had no idea that we were connected. And so then I finally, Salamatu taking her own time and probably didn't see my message. So I reached out to Naweh and said, hello, my name is so-and-so. We promote like anything Liberian. I want to be able to see, do you have, when can we have an opportunity to interview on GBC? And she said, oh, I'll call you back later. I'm busy. I have a class or so. I'll call you so-and-so. And then I asked her, I said, who's your mom? And then she told me her mom's name. I said, wait a minute. And I said, who's your dad? And she told you your dad. I said, you gotta be kidding me, right? She said, no, I'm not. And so then I had to take it all in, and then I looked at her face, and the woman she has a mother's color, but she's a complete replica of her dad. And that is my eldest cousin. We love this man. We have a joke back home, his name is Vivian A. Dix. So we're so lazy in Liberia, we don't say that. Everybody, we just carry it, cousin Val. That's how we go. And then I found out that Naweh and I were actually cousins. We're related. And so, and it's to say that I made the connection with her, not even knowing that we had any relationship. I know the name. I know all the children, her siblings' name, but we never had the air. Once or twice I've been to her dad's place, they weren't there. So, but we never made an effort to really connect. And so it's a real pride and joy for me tonight to be able to interview a serious bloodline relative of mine. Tonight, it is the first on GBC, and to have her on a day, let me just say the big news now. To have Naweh come on the show on a day that's important to me in my life, on a celebration day. Today is actually my second year of being divorced. I'm celebrating it. I know I don't manage with me. Married or single, you got to celebrate life. And so to have a life coach come on when I'm stepping out into this and into the world, and I may have some challenges and some things I'm dealing with, it's important that we have Naweh here. But a little bit more about Naweh, we'll talk later. But I wanted to play Naweh's song. I'm sorry I couldn't upload it, but I want you to listen to it. And also, please find time to go to, she'll tell us where you can find the music, but it's actually on YouTube, and it's called Not There Yet. And I think and that's the first song I learned, and that song just summed it up for me. Because there are times in life where we want to be there, we think we're there, but we're not there yet. So I'm going to play the song so that we listen to the words. I hope you all can hear it. And this is by Naweh Dix, and she'll tell us all about this song. And let me just say, Facebook, we do have copyrights. The artist herself is here, so don't go blocking us here.
You never really cared for me. You didn't want to get to know me. With your stack of lies and a big bright smile, but the soul of death inside. Selfishness and deception, crazy manipulation. Your plan was to conquer up my heart and stroke your ego. Wish I could say that I wish you well, and that I'm happy you found love. Wish I could hope the best for you, but I'm not there yet. I want her to crush your heart like mine. I want you to beg for mercy. I want you to feel every bit of pain, 'cause I'm not there yet. I opened up. Why did you have to lie? You told me it was safe. Why did you ever feel guilty that you made a fool of me? When you gave me promises and made me dream out loud for you. Self-absorbed but honey, narcissistic and conceited. You made me love you, but you never gave that love. Wish I could say that I wish you wish I could say that I'm happy you now. Wish I could hope the best for you, but I'm not there yet. I want her to crush your heart. I want you to beg for mercy. I want you to feel every bit of pain, 'cause I'm not there yet. I opened up. Why did you have to lie? You told me it was safe. Why? Why?
Wow. Oh my God. This song even got me emotional. Woo, I wish I could. The line that sticks with me every time I played it, and I played it a couple of times, is it's like a summation of my life. There's so many things I want to say, coming from being divorced. There's so many things I want to probably do, but I'm not there yet. Or not that I want to do, but there's so many things that I could do in relation to my ex, but I'm not there yet. And it's like the song just is like, it just sums up everything a woman or a man would feel coming from a broken relationship. So tell us about why this song, and what's the history behind this song. Beautiful song too, Naweh.
I
Beautiful.
wrote
I
this.
love the music. I love it.
Thank you. What I love about this song is
I'm
men
sorry.
and women both connected to it. And when I wrote it, it was just me just getting whatever feelings I had out. And it was through conversations, through experiences, through conversations with friends who had experienced different things that I had experienced. So it wasn't just one event, it was just a mixture. And I said, okay, like sometimes if you don't feel those emotions, it will almost take you over, right? And sometimes when you feel an emotion and you ignore it, you feel it in your body. Then you start to feel the sickness in your body instead. And so it's so important to just be honest with yourself. That's the history of the song, really. It's like situations, many different situations all together. But I want to shout out the producer, Jamari, and Billy, who played the guitar on the song, and Jamari put the song together. He's the producer. Them being men, they both automatically, they said, they felt connected to the song. And that really surprised me. Then the music video, everybody go watch the music video.
Yes, please go.
Now we're not there yet. My brother, Vivian Diggs Jr., we call Jay, wrote the music video treatment along with his friend Major, who is another artist.
Amazing.
And the way we wrote it, we wanted to write it from the male's perspective, because we said, okay, we always see what the woman feels after the breakup, but we said, let's see what the man might be going through. And so it was, go watch it. If you haven't seen it, it's interesting to see this perspective of it.
You know what I like about the song is, and I like this genre of music. I love music. For me, music is therapy. I love music, but I love the acoustic, not very loud, soft, that you can hear. So in this music, there's every piece that you can hear. That even if you were, and it's not a loud song, and then there's not so many sounds you can hear, but it's soulful music. Is it's mixed. There's a mixture of R&B. There's a mixture of soul. There's also a mixture of you sung by wanting to dance. So it's an amazing song. And like you say, I sure it does appeal to some men and to women. It's like it just meets you right there, right
Yeah.
there. And the song Not There Yet. And for those of you who's just joining us, we want to thank you for joining us. We're talking to Liberia, a young Liberian musical artist, a life coach, an actor. What else?
Damn.
Songwriter.
Some-
Songwriter.
yes.
Songwriter. So, and then the thing about it is, there's some of the words in the song that are, it's like, if you take your time to listen to it, it's like you're asking, why did you do this? It's like, why did you do this? Why did you have to lie? Why were you deceptive? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you make me feel loved? So it's almost like a woman or a man who's come from a broken relationship doesn't have to say anything when they listen to this song. Their songs resonates with how they feel. And so why did you want to portray, I mean, we talk about why, but why did you want this to be one of the first songs that you put out there?
You know, when I wrote this song, I remember this feeling of you remember the song Whitney Houston had, was it Waiting to Exhale?
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Yeah, no, it was the movie Waiting to Exhale, and then yes, that's one of my favorite songs of hers. But I felt like I was able to exhale. Like anytime I feel that feeling after writing a song, I'm like, okay, I let it all out. And the word specifically, I felt one of the lines that stands out to me all the time for myself is, you gave me promises, basically. Like, and it's like, you didn't have to do that. You ever had somebody come around and you're just like, you could have just left me alone?
Yeah. Well, you should just go on about your business and not even bother me. But here you are, you come, I invest in you, and then you just up and leave. Yes.
So I think that's what part of what the song is saying, because you have people who come in, and I've talked to different women through, again, life coaching and social work, and that idea of people coming in and being deceptive when they could have just you could have just left that person alone. You know what other people want, go for that person who wants what you want, but you decide to go for someone that you know doesn't want the same thing as you.
Yes.
And that's a problem. So that's really where this song comes from. That's the meat of it.
So is this your first song?
No.
Okay. So there are other songs out there that we have to, you're in so many different roles, and I think I have to ask this question, is that I want to sum you up as a people person working with the mind. And so it's like, when you see someone who is a coach, a singer, a writer, she loves music, it's like she's looking at people developmental stages and see how can I help you to leave from sad to happy. And so why did you want to do singing?
Well, before even answering that, there's something that you just said that I forgot to mention about the song, and in connection to my background as a social worker.
Yes.
They always tell you as a social worker that you meet people where they're at. And so that's where what this song does. It meets you where you're at. It doesn't tell you, oh, you need to move on, you need to get over it, or
yes.
To be sad. It's like, this is where you are. So we're going to talk about where you are right now.
Yes. That's why I like that. That's why I said this song for me. And I've listened to, I think I first stumbled upon this song about a month and a half ago. And I've played it almost every week. I love music. So I've played it every week. And it's almost like it says to me, it's okay to not be there yet. And then it's like, in my mind, I think I'm there. And then when I listen to the song, you sure you there? You sure you're ready? Folks, we're talking to Naweh Diggs. We're talking about her music. Where can we find your music right now?
Many different places. I'm on Spotify. I'm on iTunes. I believe Amazon Music, YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. I'm trying to get my subscribers up on YouTube.
So if you're watching, please follow her on YouTube. This is a beautiful, beautiful song. She reminds me, I don't know if you know of Christy Shield. He sings that kind of genre song, like soft. And Christy Shield, not to even sway, but The show is about Naweh, but we have to promote Christy. She just had an opportunity to sing Liberian Girl by Michael Jackson. And I think it was yesterday that it's out. But it's like we have to do all we can as Liberians to promote our own. So if you're here, if you're watching us, we going forward, GBC is also the now has become Naweh's space. So we will produce, we will share everything. Now we want you to please, if you're on, go and like her YouTube, go and follow her on YouTube, follow her on Instagram, but we must be able to promote what she's doing because I think she's doing a phenomenal job. Tell us about another song that you wrote.
Oh, another song that I wrote it's my more recent song, is called Find You. So now after you get past the feelings,
Not
yeah, after you get past not being there yet, you get to the point where you're saying, okay, this is what I want, and I believe that it will come, right? I've prayed about it. I've talked to God about it, and I believe that it's possible. This is what I want. So it's about finding who it is that you feel like God has created for you and searching for that person. I have a music video for that as well. Sometimes that person too, I have an old soul type of mind. I think of all these old songs. Patti LaBelle has a song
Let me
called
tell you something. Let me just stop you right in your tracks. You gotta also, ma. You gotta be Vivian's daughter. You can, you cannot be an also ma if you're not his daughter. I'm telling you, the man has an old soul, but he has not gotten old
Oh yeah, and doesn't gain weight either.
at all. At all. Yes, I want to let me play a little bit about that song. We're not able to put it. We'll share it after the show. We'll share it on the page. But I want to play. We first listened to "Not There Yet," and after you realize that you're not there yet. Then she's saying, "There's a song now that's saying find you." Mm-hmm. So you're not there. You think you're there now, and now you found yourself. So let's listen to this one.
Agape, Elisha, in peace.
Look, my people, y'all want to go find this show? Y'all want to go listen to this song? The one more sexy inside.
Finally in a space where I can now see beyond my enclosed case, reach deeper into me. I don't wanna go round and round in circles. All I wanna see is what love has for me. Has for me. There's a heart for mine. I just want you to be found. Yeah, it's fully open. Just love and it's crazy. To find its way to me. I see it. Yeah, feel it. Yeah. Resting with assurance. I know what's manifesting. Probably found the calm in me. I see it. Yeah. Sensing that you need an overwhelming peace. The shadows of your strength, protection over me. I just want to show all my heart to someone who truly sees all the depths of me. Be each other's own, cause I'm yearning for your life. Hey, just love and it's crazy. Don't find its way to me. I see it, I feel it. Yeah. Resting with the show.
Find you. That's another beautiful song. Am I sensing sadness in the song?
Sadness. I think the song might start off seeming like it's sad, but it's really saying it's saying I went through a space
Lot.
and a place of self-discovery. And now that I've gone through that place, I've emerged out of it. And so now I see myself, I know myself better, and I know what I deserve in this space. And I know what I'm looking for.
Amazing.
And
Amazing.
I want to also say that the person who shot the music video, I forgot to say this, another Liberian. So Audio he shot both music videos actually. So I just want to make sure I shout him out.
So let me just say this to you. Find a time that he's available and your brother is available, and we can do a show to talk about, to be able to expose them also to the community, because there may be people out there who can sing, who may want to have somebody produce their music and stuff. But this is amazing, amazing, amazing songs. I'm not there yet, and Find You. So my Find You is like I found myself, and I ain't ready for anybody, not just anybody.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Nothing because I'm out there now that you can just come and say, you know what, the one I found, say I come and try. Don't try me.
Yes.
So I want to hear about your family support, because sometimes traditionally our families they want us to be a certain thing. Your dad, I know, is on the softer side, also probably not really worry about what Naweh wants to do. He loves Naweh, and that's how he can say it in Naweh. He loves Naweh. He's going to support Naweh, whatever. But also, your mom on the other side is going to say, Naweh, what you want to go to singing for? So I want to hear about what your parents had to say when you're in all these different roles. How do they bring the support to you and encourage you in what you want to do?
I think when I was younger, thankfully they never discouraged me from singing. My mom would come to the shows. My daddy gets really nervous watching me on stage, so he didn't used to come to see it. But I think for them, it was a matter of they wanted me to just still go to school. So I think that's what they were afraid of. They thought I would just be like, you know what, forget college, this and that. And then I kind of think, I could be wrong, I have to ask them. I kind of think they thought maybe at one point it was just a fad, like that I was just going through it. And, eventually when she gets older, she might want to become, a doctor or whatever it is. And after a while, I think they realize, oh, this isn't going away.
Singing now, she got me go to acting. Yeah, just forget about the doctor business.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I think after a while, they kind of just realize, okay, this is what she's gonna do. This is what she wants to do still. So we will support it. I think for me though, what I had to learn, I used to be, this is gonna sound really strange. I used to be almost embarrassed within our community that I wanted to be a singer, because we make it seem like it's I used to be embarrassed. And it wasn't until I was in college and I was singing, it was one of my Nigerian friends. And she was like, yeah, now when you become a singer and when you do this and that. And I was like, I said to her, Missy, how do you know? How do you know I want to be a singer? She said, Naweh, you don't have to say it. Everybody can tell you want to sing.
But let me stop you there on that question, because it says a lot about us Liberians culturally. Yeah. So when you're in, you as a young Liberian woman and you want to sing, but it's almost like you're afraid because you're thinking what people are gonna say. And then you have a Nigerian person who's trying to say, expose yourself, my girl, and do. So when you look back and you see, are you happy that you were able to follow your dreams?
Beyond happy. I feel, this is clear. This is where God wants me to be. Like, no doubt. This is a gift that God has given me. And if someone has an opinion about it that doesn't go with it, that's fine. I know what God wants me to do. So yeah, I'm very, very happy. And I do want to say one last thing that my brother said to me. my other brother, my oldest brother, said to me when I was in grad school, I went straight from undergrad to grad school because I was like, okay, well, I want to sing, but I can't do that. And I can't really tell people I want to sing. So let me just go to grad school. So when I was there,
you said, well, I think you were saying, let me just go and do the part. I set aside my family, the Basel people portion.
so I remember being about to graduate from grad school, and my brother said, I was talking to my brother, and I said, yeah, I really want to sing and this and that. And, I don't know, like, if I can, because, I was just telling him I don't know if I can because of what everybody else thinks. And he said to me, Naweh, let me tell you something. You're an adult. You can do whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. And from that day forward, I went full force into my singing. Once my brother said that, I was free from whatever people would think.
Have your parents had the opportunity to listen to the songs?
Yeah, they share it. They tell people about it. They play it for other people. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I watched a video where you say, I think you call your mom and say, Mom, I made it.
Oh, yeah. I wrote a Facebook post where I said I made a joke about it.
Yes. So we're so proud of you now and all that you're doing. We hope that, this is your dream. Don't give up on it. Do all that you can to be able to go out there and let people know you and let people hear you. Your voice is amazing. You sing very well, but that's nothing strange. We sing in our family, so that's a good thing. I know how you managed to me about interviewing my cousin and having a good time. Having a good time. But I want to go into the end. If for those of you joining, if you have any questions, those of you watching the live, if you have any questions, we're now going to go into the life coach aspect of the whole thing. So tell us about your life coaching career, what you do, how do people get in connection with you? What are some of the things that you have that you coach people about?
Absolutely. So for the life coaching, it's called Vasa Rose LLC. So if you go on Instagram, you will find my page. You will see my face there, so you will know it's me. And you can schedule a free consultation with me where we can talk a little bit about what your goals are, what it is that you are looking for, what are the challenges that you have. As a social worker, and it really is coming from my background as a social worker, I would sit down with mostly women and teenagers and talk to them about just any goals and any stumbling blocks that they had. So I've been able to help women through some very challenging situations, through some very scary situations. And through life coaching, I am very excited to be able to continue to help people through those challenges.
Okay. So I am your client today, free consultation live.
Okay.
So today, like I said, to those of you who's watching, I'm very proud of who I am, what I've become in my space. So I was married for 29 years, and today is actually 2 years of being divorced. Today is my second anniversary, and I don't take it like that. I actually am celebrating. I came home and my mom made me cassava and gravy, and so excited. I can't wait to blow to to burn my candles and drink my tea. But it's like, so I want to ask, having been married for a long time and 29 years, and then you get to the place where you want to get divorced. How do you react? As in, what are some of the things that tells you it's okay to be there? It's okay to have made this decision and want to be divorced. It's okay to continue with your life, because then you're at a place where I had 4 children. So it's like, is it about my kids? Is it about me? It's like, I don't want to feel guilty, but I'm not happy in this space and I want to leave. So it's like, how do I leave not blaming myself for anything?
Well, they always say that before your children came about, right? Before you were married, that you were just you. You're a woman. You're who God created you to be, right? And so you have to take care of yourself. You ever heard when you get on the airplane how they'll say put the mask on you first before you put it on anybody else?
Yes.
Because you can't put the mask on your child and your baby that's sitting next to you on the airplane first, or else you're going to be suffocating. And then you can't help them because you're literally dying inside. And so I think that when women remember that piece of helping yourself first so that you're a better person for everyone else around you, then you won't feel as guilty. Now, you still might feel guilty. It's normal feelings. But I think when you keep that reminder, that's helpful.
Yes.
I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, I think it does, and I think some people, and I think in my space for a long time I struggled with whether I wanted to be divorced or I wanted to stay because of my kids. And so when you leave now, it's like when you make the decision and say, no, this is about me. But it took me a long time. And so when people are asking me, why did you wait for 29 years? So it's like, what is the difference if you get divorced? What would you tell me that will kind of encourage my spirit to say, whether you did it 1 year or you did it 29 years, it's okay?
Well, I think you said it just like that. People can't tell you when you should do something. You have to be ready for it yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only you know why you did it in the way that you did it. And sometimes it can be fear. So
Yes.
fear can stop you. You might not. And here's another thing. Sometimes people aren't financially ready to move as well into new situations. So there are many different reasons, but I think we can't judge other people on making the decision that was best for them, whether it was year 1 or year 29. It just matters that you decided to do it at some point for yourself. That's all that matters. I think it's very I'm going to be a little harsh on some people.
Go
To even
ahead.
say that to someone, I think is very judgmental, because you don't know what's going on in that person's life. So you can't tell
Yeah.
them that you should have done it a long time ago. What I would have said to you instead is, I'm so happy that you decided to make the best decision for yourself. I'm so happy that you finally came to that decision, because maybe I noticed that you weren't happy. Maybe I noticed that, things had changed for you. I think that's a better way of saying it to someone.
Yeah, I think I like that perspective better, and I may not be like every typical divorced person because I knew for a long time this is where I needed to be, but it took me a while to get there. And I was telling somebody the other time about a month ago. I said I want somebody to interview me about divorce. I want to be able to tell my story. I don't want to tell. I don't want it to. I don't want to tell it on my own terms. I want somebody to just call me up and say, "Listen, I want to talk to you about your life and your divorce," because I want people to learn from it. But I want to stick to that point where people don't know the situations that others are in. And so it is so hurtful when people become judgmental, not knowing. I mean, it's like you said, when somebody has gotten divorced, there's no, I don't think it's really anybody's business to ask them, why now? Why did you leave? Why didn't you stay? Why didn't you hang on? Because it is about them and what they're feeling. And now being divorced, as I look back and see how people reacted to me, it's like anybody who gets divorced. I'm not promoting this on anybody, but you have to want to do it for peace of mind. Regardless of whatever you face with now, there may be so many reasons, and I probably wasn't the perfect wife or the best wife, but that's for him to decide on how my situation was. But I know the situation I was in, and so I got to the place where it mattered. And I'll tell you this, and I want to see if you think it was the wrong. It was. I don't think any reason is a wrong reason. I don't think anyone plans to get married and get divorced. I don't think you walk down the aisle and say, this is, I'm going to get divorced today. Or I don't think anyone, like for me, I didn't plan to get divorced from day one. But as years grew up, I felt that this space one of the reasons that really channeled my decision hour was I felt that I was two persons.
Mm.
And I don't know if that's a normal thing to feel or not. I felt that I was two person, and the reason I say that is I felt like when I was with people that I grew up with, I was different. I was happy. I was myself. And then when I was home, I was another person. And so the balance was not there because it troubled me. So it's like I wanted to be whole.
Mhm. I think you said a key word. So I think there's a difference between being two different people, right? Because for example, your mom will get one person, your dad will get another person, and it's just all personalities, right? Your sister, your husband, your daughter, each child. My mom always says each child is different, right? So everybody has a different personality. So everybody's going to get a different version of you. I don't think that's necessarily wrong because it's just different personalities, all of that. I think when you say though that you didn't feel like you could be yourself, that's different because when you're with your mom or when you're with your daughter or when you're with your friend Melissa and your other friend John, right? You're still yourself. It's just they bring out different versions of you.
Yeah.
But when you can't be yourself with someone, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah. It was just a bit like so the people I grew up with knew me well. Cuttington people, my school people, they knew me. I could have fun. I could go to the places they wanted to be. But on the other side, I felt that I really couldn't be who I want. I mean, there are so many other reasons, and people get divorced for different reasons, different circumstances. But one of the things I've learned is when you do become divorced, you have to own it. Because if you don't own what you've become, you lose yourself in the process. Because you lose yourself in the process because you now have become worried about what people have to say. And I think most people sometimes they're afraid and they stay in relationships that they're not happy in because of society. Why do you think that? Why should people be concerned about what people have to say or think?
Well, they always talk about too social media, and you'll see people posted on social media. There's this picture where there was this couple, and you see them, and they look happy, and they have this wonderful picture up, and then in the back, you can see the background where it says, where you see that he's actually abusing her in the background, but no one knows about that. And I'm not saying that this is the situation, but because it could be something as simple
Yeah,
as they just don't
definitely.
get along. It doesn't have to be anything extreme like that. But so everything can be presented in a certain way or can look a certain way, but you really don't know what's going on. And people can also mean well, like the people who came to you and said, "Oh, why now?" Sometimes because people haven't been through it, they don't realize how hurtful it is when you say something like that. They really care about you, they love you, but they don't realize it when they say it.
Yeah, and I think that's that, and I like that we're talking this, and I have the opportunity to talk to you. Thank you so much, and I think that's important because people don't know how powerful the words they put out can be, and
Yeah.
how it can hurt people. And so, people, we have to try as much as we can not to be so judgmental. If someone has gotten divorced, or if someone decides to marry someone who doesn't meet your caliber of a person, that's their choice. All you can do is to be supportive and to help them in whatever decision. And I think once people understand that the decision has nothing to do with you as an individual, it makes it so much easier than it makes you, who is now probably the divorcee or the married person, more comfortable to remain in the surroundings. So
Yeah.
another thing I wanted to talk about is there are people who get divorced, they're at a point of getting divorced, and they struggle with how do I tell my children that I
Mhm.
failed them?
Mhm. I, I think I think it's interesting that you said failed them. I don't.
So because I think and the reason why I asked that, because some people, I've had one or two people think is that sometimes the kids may think. I had a friend who got divorced before and who felt that this was like a failure, because it's now the kids wanted us to be together, we're not together anymore, so it's like, mom, you feel us, why did you leave that, blah blah blah. Not in my situation, because my kids already know. So so I just want to say, it's like, how do you bring up the conversation with your children to say, I'm ready?
So this might be very a couple of things. One, it depends on the relationship I guess you have with the dad, because that would be something where both of you can have that conversation with the children together. That's what I would suggest. Um, and sometimes kids, because they're children, will think that it is something that they did. And so that is a good time to explain to them that this has absolutely nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with the love that we have for you. Literally nothing to do. We're still going to be your parents. We're still going to love you. Things are just going to change a little bit, but we still love you. I also am a big, huge fan, being a social worker, of therapy as well. I know in the Liberian community and just West African culture in general is like the big, or Black culture in general, Black people in general, a big taboo. But therapy is so, so important. I think sometimes having children talk to someone who is outside of the family, who they feel like won't really judge them, and they can really say everything that they're feeling to, is so important as well. So if you can do that, I think that's a good opportunity for them as well.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people encourage therapy for me, and say, there was a point in my life where my kids would come and say, Mom, you need therapy. I'm like, why? Because you're in a room and it's dark. Because you always have candles on. Because why are you listening to that sorrowful music? Why do you want to listen to Celine Dion? Or why do you want to listen to this? It's like they see you, and then somebody's like, it's not a bad thing to want therapy or to do therapy, because you
Yeah.
think you can do it all. But it's good to get some form of therapy, because I think it also allows you to empty yourself,
Yeah.
to free your mind, to free your soul, and free your spirit, and talk to people, or join a therapeutic group, to do that. But I
And
think
people
for
who are
my
skilled to handle it, by the
say that,
way.
say that
And
again.
people who are skilled to handle it. Sometimes we're
Yes.
talking to you're talking to your best friend, your sister, and they're too closely connected to the situation that you can talk to them, but sometimes someone outside of it,
Yes.
who has a different perspective and who's trained in handling these situations, would be best.
Yes. And I think and it's a good thing you have to go to people who are trained, because I may not be a therapist, and you don't want to be making your life decision based on Glendy, or based on what Glendy did, because my situation is quite different. And you coming to me, I being and I be a divorced woman, may not be able to tell you what you want to hear. I may be brutally honest with you, and it could be, you could think like, look at how she want me to be divorced like divorced like her. But therapy is good. But like Naweh said, it is good for you to talk to people who are trained and who
Hmm.
you can trust to be able to guide you in the right decision, the right way. It's some I think there in some instances it was difficult to talk to my children, and I won't say everything here, but there will come an opportunity where I will be able to say everything, and so it was almost like, to bring about sanity. It was important. It worked better for us at the time, where one person told them and their reason, and the other person told them and their reason, because there was no coming together to
Hmm.
tell the kids. Once we decided that this is the route, or I decided and we decided, yes, this is the way we want to go, then it was like separated. I want to ask, why do people think that you're divorced now? And this comes to the song, Not Yet, that I'm not divorced and we should just be best friends. Well, why?
I think, but I think
Why?
too. I think too, people have to remember, as long as you're cordial, right?
Yeah.
Because you have children,
You can,
but
but now you can be cordial and just stay the heck away from me.
but I also think too is still, this isn't I got divorced 10 years ago. This is I just got, like, you just got divorced.
2 years. So
Yeah.
please, I ain't trying to be a best friend, brother. Hmm?
It's fresh. It's fresh.
Yes,
So sometimes because you were married for 29 years, it's been 2 years
29.
since you've been
Mm-hmm.
divorced. It takes time. I think as long as you're cordial, the children don't see like any bad blood per se. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing. I think that's okay. I think
But
it's okay.
I also think now where that society needs to leave people alone
Yeah.
and don't and I've experienced that. So I want to say, I'm telling you, I want somebody to interview me. Society needs to leave people alone and don't expect that we're gonna be friends right away. It's like you say, be realistic. We just got a divorce. 29, we're together 29 years. We divorced now. You may have moved on, or I may have moved on, but that still doesn't mean that I'm there. I'm at that place where we're going to be best friends. And so when people in society, when they see this, don't force it.
Yeah.
Stop asking like, did you see him or did you see her, or because you don't. People grieve differently in different situations, and so I think it's important society, in as much as people say, oh, don't pay them any mind. We do. People will say, oh, I don't care what they say about me, but it does have some. I mean, you're a therapist. I'm pretty sure it does have some impact on the individual person, on what people think. Would you say?
When someone says, I mean, you mean when someone just says something in general?
Yeah, I mean, when somebody just like maybe to me, it's like, why y'all can't just be friends?
I think people's opinions, we, like you said, people, we always try to pretend as if it doesn't affect us, but words hold power, right? Or people saying anything, it does affect you, especially when you're still in a fresh state of anything happening, right? You're more, I mean, truthfully, you're just more sensitive to those types of things at that time because it's so fresh, and that's okay. I think as people who support you, all of us have to, and this is with any situation, you have to know when to say stuff and when to not say stuff. Liberian people, sometimes we say we say what's in our heads too much.
Too much.
And
And don't
sometimes
think
it's like,
about what the next person is going to feel.
yes,
Yes.
because sometimes it's like everything that's in your head, you don't have to say it out loud. Okay, or maybe years down the line, someone's ready to hear something that they weren't ready to hear at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to say everything at that moment. In that moment.
Yeah, give them time to breathe. Give them time to. So I'm 2 years now. When can I date?
I mean, if you feel like you're ready to
Uh,
date, then you go ahead. But
I should feel like I'm ready to date, because I tell telling people, don't come to me or stay on your.
because the thing is, no one can tell you just how you were ready to get divorced and you
Yes.
knew it was time. No one
Yes.
can tell you when it's, as far as from what I see and what I believe. This is just, I can't tell you when. I just can tell you that you have to be ready at your own time. I can't say, okay, well,
Yes.
such and such time is the best time.
Yeah.
You have to know that you're ready.
I love you now. Well, you know why I asked that question? I was being rhetorical because people always say it's don't go start dating so soon. It's just fresh. She just left from being divorced and she go pick up somebody, and then somebody say 2 years and you get me. Yeah, what you waiting for? It's like,
But I would say this is the only piece of advice that I would give is I am a believer of not jumping into things too quickly, right? But making sure that you heal. So part of that healing could be making sure you go to therapy so that a therapist can sit down with you and really work through anything that you feel like you need to work through, any pain, so that you don't bring it into the next situation. So that is, I think, key.
so I think you make a good point there. It's like, just like how you made the decision to get divorced or to get married, you can also make the decision and say, I got divorced yesterday and today I'm dating someone, or I got divorced 2 years ago and I still am not dating anybody, and society should not fault me for that.
However, I still am a big firm believer of giving it time. I really, really believe in giving time. I'm
Somebody
just reading the
said, I'm
comments.
going to read somebody's quote here. Glo, finish your thought and then I'll read what they said. I want to read.
I am a big believer of giving things time, though. I don't believe that it, and I'm not
How much longer is too much time?
so I'm not a relationship therapist. I do have some friends who are relationship therapists, but what I do know is that I'm pretty sure they wouldn't say, yesterday you got divorced, 2 days from now, find somebody new that, I'm pretty sure they would tell you to go through a healing process first.
So I don't know who wrote this. Somebody says Steve Bodie used to do some great mental health shows on Friday. He's done some shows on divorce. Maybe you two can collaborate. If we're talking divorce, I'll participate. I have my own divorce story, which was difficult. Definitely, I'm gonna reach out to Steve. I'm telling you, I am not a therapist, Naweh, but I know 29 years and wanting to get divorced didn't just come 2 years ago. So, are you frozen? I think she's frozen. Why the internet coming to us? We're reaching to the juicy part. Come and ask her about the virgin part. Yeah, wait. I think Naweh is frozen. But folks, we've been talking to. Let me remove her and put her back. We've been talking to Naweh Diggs. Please, my people, a young Liberian musician. She's a life coach. She's an artist. She's an actor. She's everything, and she's an amazing, amazing young Liberian woman. We also listen to her music. I'm gonna play her song while we wait to see. I'm enjoying, and I'm by myself tonight, so I'm not rushing to get off. If you guys have questions, yes, I am definitely going to reach out to Steve Bodie. I want to talk about divorce. I'm telling you, I'm really ready to talk about divorce because there are a lot of things. I mean, talking about divorce, not in the sense of trying to throw myself under the bus or throw my ex under the bus, but talking about divorce, about the things that I've learned, the things I've learned from myself, the things I've learned from the relationship, the things I've learned from others and how they've treated it. And so that's why this divorce topic for me is my era. I learned plenty of things that I want to be able to tell people about.
But let me say, I do want to say I am not divorced is not my not my my area. I do have friends though where that is actually their area of expertise. That's why I say going to someone who specializes in it, because people also don't know this when you go to different therapists or social workers or
Oh, okay. I don't know now. Sorry, Clara. I don't know. I see. Not sure why it's saying that. Sierra. Thank you, Mama. I will reach out to Steve. We gotta do a show about this. We gotta help our community heal through this divorce process. And like Naweh said, please. Then I become going to Koloko. And I become my cousin talking to me about the divorce. But like, I don't want divorce. I don't old lady that I'm begging you. That's someone got nothing to do with divorce. You hear me? She's young, she's beautiful. She may also be looking. You never know. And if you're looking, don't stop and say, "Oh, that woman was talking to Glenn about divorce, so I'm going near her." Holler at her, okay? But first, before you holler at her, go and follow her on Instagram and on YouTube. Make sure you follow her on there. Now, let me talk about this thing because I have this connotation. It's the fun part. Now I'm going to take you to this crazy part because I think everybody is waiting about this part because that's how I portray myself. So I've decided to call myself a virgin. So it's almost like, should divorce people, and this may not be a professional opinion of yours. This may just be the last topic, the last question that I wanted to give my cousin a hard time on. So, so it may not be up, but please do not take any answer that Naweh gave as serious, because this is a crazy cousin that's asking her this crazy question. So I consider myself as a virgin, even though I have 2 sets of twins, but I'm a virgin because I'm divorced. So it's like, how divorced, you're a divorced woman, should you be okay with wanting to get back into the swing of things? Because people keep thinking that, for me, people keep thinking that it's an okay thing. And I tell you the truth, it is not okay, because you see my skin, how soft it looks. It nobody be pinching me. So it's almost like it's traumatic for me, honestly. So it's like, should I be? It's like people think, oh, thank you so much. Someone said I subscribe. Everybody who's watching, and if you watch this afterwards, go and subscribe to Naweh. And this is the last question. We're gonna play a little bit about her song, the 2 songs, just a little bit before we end the show. And I think people can decide whether they want to. In like brother call it knock or to conk. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that from, because I know people wanted to be asking. But Naweh, thank you so very much. We wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
We've had a good time. I'm gonna play the favorite song of mine, Not There Yet, because I am not there yet. And don't think about this show and come and see what that woman was talking, but she ready to knock, and you come in my inbox, I will put you right outside. So let me play Naweh's song, Not There Yet. And we're also live on YouTube, Naweh. I will share the link with you so that you can be able to share it with others. Anything you want to say? We'll close anything you want to say to the audience, or how can we follow you? How can we promote you? And please do not, anytime you need, you make a new music, or you're going to perform. Now, if there was a Liberian gathering and they wanted to ask you to come and sing, would it be difficult to reach Naweh because she's now a star, or would it be easy?
just send Naweh a message on Instagram, Facebook, or reach out to one of my family members.
Okay. I like to ask that because there was one particular artist that came here one time, and I love the artist, and I was trying to get her on. Mama, they put me into so many ropes. Like, you got to talk to the manager, you got to talk to this, and you got to talk to that. I'm like, I ain't trying to do all that, honey. I just go to the next person down the street. I ain't trying to do all that.
No, but you can. My Instagram is Naweh Music, NAWEH Music. You just reach out to me. Everything is the same. So my email address, nawehmusic@yahoo.com, and we will talk, or you reach out to one of my cousins.
Yes, definitely. I mean, Salamatu is a well-rounded woman, in the sense that she's very popular, and she has a lot of wealth of experience, and she knows how to connect the dots. I think we should work on a concert or something with you, Liberians in the community that live within the area of Maryland, and see what we can do to be able to get you out there. But rest assured that if there is any sure Liberian organization to be able to get you out there so people get to know you, I will definitely be talking to them about you. Cousin Naweh, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for everybody that came in and listened. And I had a good time.
Yes, thank you so much. We'll see you again some other time. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So let me play Naweh's music for you all.
Mercy, I want you to feel every bit of pain, 'cause I'm not there yet. I opened up. Why did you have to lie? You told me it was safe. Why did you ever feel guilty that you made a fool of me? When you came promises and made me dream out loud for you.
So that is it, folks. We were talking to Naweh Diggs. Please go and subscribe to her YouTube channel. After the show, I will share all the songs. She wants you to go and also watch the dance video she said. Michael Padmore, that Virgin Music. The music, go listen to the music, Michael Padmore, and share this music. This music, I love this song, and I've been playing it for the last month or more. It says not there yet. That Virgin Music, because the woman talking, the woman said, why you had to lie to me? Why you had to deceive me? But they're beautiful songs, and then Naweh is she's talented, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to be able to talk to her, the musical producer, and to talk to her brother, who has played a formidable role. Let me tell you, I'm very important. I have important relatives. I know how you manage with me. I'm important. This platform is important. The people that come on here, they are all important people. So thank you all for watching. Let me tell you who's coming on. We have a show on Saturday. We have a historical show on Saturday. Historical show. And the guest on Saturday is someone who's in Liberia that we are very, very, very proud of. She is the first female president of the University of the Cottington University, the president of the university, Dr. Romel Horton, will be here on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's 7 p.m. Liberia time. We want to talk to Dr. Horton, and that's Dr. Horton with the bishop there. She's going to be coming here on Saturday. We're going to be talking about her role as the first female president of Cottington University, what her plans are, and what are some of the things she's working on, but how extremely proud she must be of herself. So we're looking forward to talking to Dr. Romel Horton. She will be here on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Liberian time. She is the president of the Cottington University in Liberia. So, folks, there we have it. Thank you for watching. Thanks to all the Adams sons that were here. I am definitely going to reach out to Steve so we can start talking about. He's the therapist. He's the coach. I just a Liberian woman with the experience. So I miss Agatha, I miss Eva, and of course, Michael Padmore. Miss all my co-hosts, but it's been a wonderful evening with you all. Always. Tomorrow is Yama Friday. It's Yama Friday. But also, before I go, we don't want to fail not to do my May segment. My May segment. This is deck of cards there's a deck of cards that is quotes and sayings of Macy Dumas' mother. And Macy, and these things are quotes, everyday life's quotes that her mom lived by. And this one today says, show your best version of yourself daily. Not the worst one, not the fussy one, not the yelling at people one, but show your best version. I mean, it speaks for itself. So until we'll be here on Saturday at 2 p.m., please, you want to come. I mean, I want everybody who can watch that show to come and watch it on Tuesday, on Saturday, not because it's another episode, but because we're going to be making history. We're going to be talking to the first female president of Cottington University, Dr. Romel Horton. We're looking forward to seeing you all. Until Saturday, folks, you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for watching. Bye.